Hi my dear students, welcome back to Tangul online classes. In the last class, I already given the information regarding how to selection of recombinant cells from non-recombinant cells, as well as vector for plants, vector for animals, competent cells, as well as vectorless transfer like macroinjections, bumpers, ballistics, and electroporations also we had discussed. The today topic is regarding process of our DNA technology. It is very important for 5 mark question in theory, and as well as we can guess the one question from NEET exam. Topic is what? Process of our DNA technology. In this process, several steps are there. Several sequence steps are there. So these sequence steps are: first step is isolation of DNA. Second step is fragmentation of DNA. Third step is isolation as well as separation of fragmented DNA. And fourth step is ligation. And fifth step is a recombinant plasmid is entered into the host cell. And next is, so this recombinant plasmid containing bacteria we are going to transfer on medium for culture. And the next step is extract the gene product, and the last step is purification of product. So these are several sequential steps are involved in recombinant DNA technology. Let's try the steps. Several sequence are there. The first step is isolation of DNA. Isolation of desired DNA. This is the first step, isolation of DNA. Here we need two DNAs are required. First one is wanted character, it means wanted DNA, desired DNA. Next also isolation for plasmids also, plasmids from bacteria, isolation of plasmid from bacteria, first step. And second step is fragmentation of DNA. Fragmentation of DNA. How we are going to do this process? Fragmentation with the help of a restriction endonuclease enzyme. Here REN, restriction endonuclease enzyme is used for fragment of desired gene as well as fragmentation of or cutting of plasmid, also. And third step is isolation as well as separation of DNA fragments. So in the last classes what we learned are, so the knowledge we have to apply here. Isolation as well as separation of DNA fragments with the help of gel electrophoresis. Gel electrophoresis technique is used for separation of DNA fragment. And the next step is ligation. Next step is what? Ligation. Wanted DNA is ligated at a recognition site of plasmid by ligase enzyme. Nothing but the fourth step is what? Ligation. Now what happened? Now recombinant plasmid is formed. such a recombinant plasmid we have to insert in host cell. Now what we have to do? Insertion of R plasmid into host cell. Insertion of a recombinant plasmid into the host cell. We already discussed 2 or 3 methods. We already discussed. First method is like competent cell, by treating of cell with the help of divalent cations like calcium. Second, one more technique is there, alternative temperature. First we have to keep in ice, later heat shocks 42 degrees Celsius, and again we have to keep on ice. So by this process also the cell is going to, recipient cell is nothing but a receiver, nothing but host cell. It's going to receive the DNA molecules, nothing but plasmid molecules from external side to inner side of the cell. Okay, so this is what insertion of recombinant plasmid. Here in exams, recombinant plasmid, it is also known as chimeric plasmid or chimeric DNA, and it is also known as mosaic DNA or mosaic plasmid. So these all words are same. Recombinant plasmid or chimeric plasmid or mosaic plasmid or mosaic DNA, these all words are same words. Okay. Next step is, now this recombinant cell we have to transfer on medium. A recombinant cell is transfer on medium. Here most of the cases agar medium and some of the other mediums are useful. And you know already what is medium. The medium is containing micro, macro, essential elements and growth factors beside of sugar. These all are present. Clear? So on medium what happen? On the medium it grow and multiple. Nothing but culture, nothing but what? Cultured. After culture we have to extract the gene product. This one is one step. And the last step is, after extraction of wanted gene product, we have to purify the gene product. Nothing but purification techniques. Nothing but here downstream process. By downstream process we can purify the desired gene product. So this is actually 7 or 8 steps. These are the sequence steps of a recombinant DNA technology or process of recombinant DNA technology. In the exam they will ask the question is, which of the following sequence is correct for process of recombination DNA technology? Which of the following sequence is not a correct order for process of recombination DNA technology? Got it? The first step of RDNA technology is isolation of DNA, isolation of genetic information. Here we have to isolate 2 DNAs. The first DNA is desired DNA for wanted purpose, wanted character we have to develop for that one. And next one is isolation of plasmid from bacteria. Genetic material generally where it is present in within the cell, within the nucleus. And beside of this genetic material, number of chemicals as well as molecules also present in within the nucleus. Then first we have to cleave the cell wall, next cell membrane as well as nucleus membrane. This is first we have to do. And second, beside the nucleus number of chemicals are there now, so that we have to separate and purify only DNA molecules. Got it? Let's try it. First step is very simple and easy one. Isolation of genetic material. Here, in all organisms, mostly in all organisms, genetic information is nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are mainly two types. One is DNA as well as one is RNA. Mostly DNA is act as a genetic information. So this nucleic acid is nothing but DNA which are present in nucleus, and we need one plasmid now. The plasmid, it is present in cytoplasm of bacteria. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to separate this DNA as well as this plasmid. Okay. Simple. For example, if you choose bacteria is containing cell wall. To cleave the cell wall, lysozyme enzyme you have to use. And if you choose a plant cell for desired material, for cleaving of cell wall, we have to use cellulase enzyme. Why? Because the cell wall is made up of cellulose. And if you choose fungi cell also containing cell wall, which is made up of chitinase enzymes we have to use. By using of these different enzymes for different cells, we are going to open the cell wall. Okay, write it. If you are using a bacteria, which enzyme we are going to using? Lysozyme enzyme. And if it is plant cell, plant cell wall is made up of cellulose, so you are using cellulase enzyme. It means this enzyme have the capacity to digest the cellulose. For example, if you use fungi cell, you have to separate the genetic information from fungi. Then chitinase enzyme you have to use. Okay. Next, as well as within the cell, they consist number of chemicals as well as molecules like protein, RNA, lipids, proteins, RNA, lipids, polysaccharides. These all are present. We have to separate these all chemical molecules from the beside the nucleus. So first, generally DNA is intertwined with the histone proteins we already discussed in 11th class. The difference in between prokaryotic cell to eukaryotic cell we already discussed. In only eukaryotic DNA is made up of histone proteins. Prokaryotic DNA is not made up of histone proteins. Here histone protein is present in only eukaryotic cell. These are absent in prokaryotic cell. Nothing but in bacteria. Now we have to remove these intertwined proteins by protease enzyme. By protease enzymes. Next one is RNA molecules. Here ribonuclease. By using of ribonuclease enzyme, we can delete the or eliminate the RNA. Next, by using of lipase enzyme, we can separate the lipids from cell. Protease for proteins, lipase for lipids, ribonuclease for separation of RNA. Now at the last or remaining some molecules is there now, so such we can eliminate it by centrifugation technique. By using of centrifugation technique, remaining some molecules we can eliminate it. At the last we can get the pure DNA. Ultimately we can get the pure DNA by adding of chill ethanol. When we adding of chill ethanol, white color in white precipitate is formed. So this white precipitated, it is nothing but pure DNA. So this DNA we are separated by using of spool. Nothing but spooling. One small diagram is given in the NCERT, like he is given one test tube. Here this is a white material. By using of spool, nothing but this is a handle, and here it is containing one long loop. So this is actually spool. The instrument name is a spool. By spooling, just rounding, then we can separate this precipitated DNA. Clear? So by this process we can separate the DNA as well as plasmid from bacteria. Next step is what? Fragmentation. Next step is fragmentation. Fragmentation, you know already, with the help of restriction endonuclease enzyme. Here the most important point is we have to keep in our mind, that is same enzyme you have to use to cutting of desired gene or DNA, and as well as for cutting of plasmid. Same restriction endonuclease enzyme, same enzyme we have to use for cutting of desired gene as well as plasmid. Then only it is possible for ligation. Then it is easy for ligation. Now what have to do? Preparation of R plasmid. Recombinant plasmid. Simple. With the help of ligase enzyme, we are added the desired gene into the plasmid. So this is normal plasmid. and this is desired gene or alien gene or foreign gene. Now it is become as what? Or plasmid, a recombinant plasmid. Now we prepared recombinant plasmids. Okay, and here how we separated this desired gene? These desired genes, nothing but these fragments, were separated or isolated by gel electrophoresis. By gel electrophoresis technique, we are separated the DNA fragments from medium. It is also called as what? It is called as elution. We already discussed that. Elution. Later elution, this desired gene is added at a recognition site of plasmid. Now it is become as or plasmid. Next one is PCR cycle. PCR, polymerase chain reaction. By using of PCR technique, we can prepare the multiple copies of desired gene. Simple, it is work like I said, Xerox machine. Here, which DNA information, it means desired gene character, we can multiple number of times within a short time by using of laboratory technique. So this entire method is done within the lab only. So that's why it is in vitro culture. Here simple, in this in vitro culture, by using of PCR cycle, we can multiple billions of the copies we can form within a very short period with less than 30 minutes. Less than 30 minutes. Let's see how it is going to work. Here in PCR cycle, mainly 3 steps are there. The first step is denaturation, second one is annealing, third one is extinction, nothing but polymerization. Let's write the points. PCR cycle, PCR, it means polymerase chain reaction. Polymerase chain reactions. First point, by using of PCR cycle, we can amplify or amplification of desired gene, and we can make number of copies, like billions of copies we can prepare in less than 30 minutes. Okay, so here mainly 3 steps are there. The first step is denaturation, and second step is annealing, and third step is extinction, nothing but polymerization. Before the knowing of working mechanism of PCR cycle, we have to know which are required for extinction of DNA. The basic requirement is are, first, it need DNA polymerase enzymes, for extension of DNA, and next one is we need nitrogen bases, like adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, like bases are required. And we also need primers, primers. So primers are generally, primers, it is a one short sequence of DNA which is complement to 3' of strand, So that's why the primers are always add at a 3' end of DNA. 3' end of DNA. Got the point? Here we need two primers. The primer is nothing but one short nucleotide sequence, so which is complementary to 3' of DNA. So that's why these primers are always added or jointing at a 3' of DNA strand. Next, so these are actually the basic requirement of PCR cycle. Next, how it is going to work, the working mechanism of PCR cycle. The PCR cycle working mechanism is simple. It is a thermal cycle. It is what? Thermal cycle. Alternative temperature. First we are going to using 90 degrees Celsius, and second 45 and 45 to 50, and third step 70 to 75 temperature we are going to using. So nothing but we can call as it is thermal cycle. In this process where alternate the temperature. Clear? Let's write. Steps are what? 3 steps. The first one is denaturation. Second one is annealing, and third one is extension. The first step is denaturation. Denaturation means here the beginning DNA is a double stranded as well as circular winding DNA is there. So such winding DNA we have to become as unwinding DNA. So for that we are going to using high temperature. At nearly in some case given 85 to 90 degrees Celsius we are going to use it. For mainly what? To cleave the hydrogen bonds between these two DNA strands. So then what happened? Double stranded DNA, it is become a single stranded DNA in the presence of high temperature. That is called as what? Denaturation of DNA. It is called as what? Denaturation of DNA. First step is finished task. And second one is annealing. So first we are using nearly 90 degrees Celsius. This double stranded DNA is become as single stranded. Okay. And next step is after become of single strand, we are adding of primer, one short DNA nucleotide sequence. We are adding it, always adding at a 3' strand. Simple. Adding of primer at a 3' strand, it is called as annealing. It is called as what? Annealing. Annealing is done at nearly like 40 to 45 degrees Celsius or 45 to 50 degrees Celsius also. This is second step. After adding of annealing or primers, third step is extension, nothing but polymerization. In this, again we have to alter the temperature. We have to change the temperature at nearly 75 degrees. Optimum temperature is 75 degrees Celsius. By increasing of temperature from 45 to 75, In this case, what happened here? We are already added a TAQ enzymes, Thermus Aquaticus enzyme. Nothing more. This is DNA polymerase enzyme. DNA polymerase enzyme. In the presence of DNA polymerase enzyme, the primers are extended from 3' to 5'. In the presence of polymerase enzyme, these primers are extended to 3' to 5'. One primer is moving towards this side, and again primer is going to move towards this side. Clear? During this extension, what happened? Very simple. We already added adenine, thymine, guanine. We already added. For example, only one example. Here, for example, this is here adenine is there. During the extension, the DNA polymerase enzyme is going to add thymine. Enough. If here guanine is there, it's going to add cytosine. So like this, it is going to extended. Nitrogen bases are going to added at a single strand. Now what happened here after some more time? So this single stranded DNA is become as double stranded DNA, and again this single stranded is DNA again become as double stranded DNA. Clear? So this is what regarding PCR cycle. Let's try the points. Very easy. Denaturation means what? Double stranded DNA is become as single stranded DNA. Single stranded DNA in the presence of high temperature, nearly 90 degrees Celsius. So that is simply called as what? Denaturation. And second step is what? Annealing. Annealing. Here adding of two primers at a 3' end. It is called as what? Annealing. So for that again we are decrease the temperature from 90 degrees Celsius to 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. We are decrease the temperature. Mostly the first step it is done in within 30 seconds, and annealing also it is done in within 30 seconds. Annealing is completed. Next third step is what? Extinction. In this case what happened? Simple. And again in this extension, first we increase the temperature from 50 degrees Celsius to 75 degrees Celsius. First step. And second, we added a DNA polymerase enzyme. DNA polymerase enzyme. This enzyme have the capacity to add the nitrogen bases at single strand. Now it become as double strand. Got the point? Next, this here, which enzyme is used? TAQ polymerase enzyme. TAQ polymerase enzyme is used. So here T means thermus. AQ means aquaticus. Thermus aquaticus enzyme. Thermus aquaticus, it is a bacteria. It is a thermostable bacteria. It is a thermostable bacteria. The thermostable bacteria, it can survive in hot springs like 80 to 95 degrees Celsius also it can tolerate. So for that we choose this bacteria and again isolate this DNA polymerase enzyme. So that's why they given the name is TAQ polymerase enzyme. Okay. Now what happened? So this optimum temperature for this polymerization reaction is 75 degrees Celsius. Now this DNA polymerase enzyme is going to add the nitrogen bases to single stranded DNA. Now it is become as double stranded DNA in within 2 to 3 minutes. Now these primers are, one primer is moved towards this and one primer is going to move like towards. At the last it is going to become as what? Here one daughter DNA, here one daughter DNA. Like, clear? Let's say here after one cycle, here we used one DNA, double stranded DNA we used. After one cycle, one PCR cycle, how many DNAs are formed? 2 dsDNAs, 2 double stranded DNA is formed. 2 DNAs are formed. And again second PCR cycle 4 to third PCR cycle 8, fourth PCR cycle 16 and fifth PCR cycle 32. Like after 30 to 40 cycles we can get nearly 1000 lakhs of desired gene is going to get doubled. Clear? So this is regarding PCR cycle, very important for theory as well as NEET exam also. The concept is here just amplification of desired gene in laboratory. So this is completely what? In vitro culture. Clear? Now we amplified the desired gene material. The desired gene we have to insert into the host cell. Next step of process of DNA technology is here insertion of recombinant plasmid into host. By ligation we have already prepared a recombinant plasmid that we have to enter into the host cell. Now you know already the steps are what they are. First we have to treat with a divalent calcium or like ice as well as 42 degrees Celsius heat shocks and as well as adding of alternative ice and heat treatment. Due to that what happened, the cell is going to competent. Now the cell is ready to obtain the desired DNA molecules from outer side to inner side of the cell. So in this process the desired DNA is entered into the host cell. Now the cell is what? Recombinant cell is formed. And next step is what? This recombinant cells or transfer on medium for culture. Next step is recombinant cells or transfer on medium for what purpose? For culture or for replication. Here the medium is, which medium is used? Mostly agar medium is used. Clear? Now by using of agar containing nutrients as well as minerals, the cell is going to get doubled and huge amount of bacterial cells are formed on medium. After that, next is what? Selection process. The selection with the help of, one is insertional inactivation technique and second one is with the help of selectable marker genes. By using of these two techniques, we can pick up or we can select the recombinant cells from non-recombinant cells. Okay. Next step is what? Selection process. Next step is selection. How we are going to select the recombinant DNA or recombinant cell? First step is insertional inactivation, and you already here on colony on medium of which are give blue color, such are non-transformed cells, is nothing but non-recombinant cells, and which are colorless or transformed cells do not give any color in chromogen stains. First technique. And second technique is what? Here selectable marker genes. Here two selectable marker genes are used. One is amphisilin as well as one is tetracycline. For example, if you insert the desired DNA in tetracycline region, now such plasmid or such plasmid containing bacteria we have to add it at a amphisilin medium. So then what happened here? So recombinant plasmid, it is already containing amphisilin resistant genes are there. So it is survived on amphisilin medium. Remaining normal cells are going to die or not grow on amphisilin medium. Write only one line. Here recombinant DNA or desired gene we already inserted at tetracycline resistant site. So for that it is going to lose the tetracycline resistant capacity. But it is already have amphisilin resistant genes are there. So that's why the bacteria were growing on amphisilin resistant medium. In this medium only amphisilin resistant bacteria, nothing but recombinant bacteria is going to grow. Another bacteria are not going to grow on this medium. So this is actually techniques of selection of recombinant cells. And the next one is extraction of gene product. Extraction of gene, which gene? Desired or wanted or foreign gene. Extraction of foreign gene product. Now what we did, so for example insulin genes we isolated and insert in the one plasmid is become as recombinant plasmid. Now this recombinant plasmid is inserted into the one host cell. Now host cell is become as recombinant cell. Such is dropped on medium. On medium we are selected by using of selectable marker genes. Now this host cell it going to express and producing desired gene character. Here wanted genes we already inserted in maybe bacteria, maybe in bacterial cells or plant cells, as well as animal cells. Now here within the bacteria or within the host cell, desired gene is expressed and to gain, after expression to gain, and we are going to gain desired gene product. Our ultimate aim is what? Our ultimate aim is the insulin gene should be expressed in bacteria. From E. coli bacteria we are going to gain the desired gene product, nothing but insulin. The insulin genes are going to code for insulin protein. That protein we are going to obtain. So for that what I have to do, the genes which are expressed in one optimum conditions. So for that we have to maintain the optimum conditions for expression of foreign gene in within the host cell. Then only it express and we can gain the desired gene product. For that what we have to do, we have to maintain optimum conditions for expression of desired gene, nothing but foreign gene in host cell. So then only it is expressed, the genes are going to code for protein, then we can get a product. Now this product we are going to use different techniques we are used for purification or separation of this product. Okay, next, for multiplication of recombinant cell we are using cultures. Here two types of cultures we are using. The first one is continuous cultures, and second is small volume cultures. Continuous cultures and small volume cultures. Here the first one is continuous culture. So in this medium the recombinant bacteria are going to divide multiple times and we can get a large amount of cells are going to grow. So here in this continuous culture the cells are physiologically more active. Cells are more active. So active means in which phase? Log phase. Nothing but exponential stage. So further the cells are rapidly divided in form of huge amount of cells are going to form. Huge amount of cells are formed means huge amount of gene product we are going to gain. So by this continuous culture. In this here from one side we can add the medium, and from one side so we can remove the waste or used or drained medium. From one side we can collect the medium, from one side we can add the medium, and one side we can collect the drained medium. So due to that what happened, continuously the material is available to the bacteria, then it can multiple number of times. Next one is small volumes culture. Here these cultures are generally they give only less quantity, so that's why this is not going to use for culture purpose. Mostly it is going to use for gaining of large amount of product, for gaining of large amount of gene product. The biotechnologists have prepared vessels, nothing but bioreactors. Here in this bioreactor the raw material is get converted as a product. Here they are what? Bioreactors. For gaining of large quantity for gaining of large quantity like 100 to 1000 liters, 1000 liters. Further, they developed bioreactors. Bioreactors. These are large vessels. These are large vessels which are made by glass or stainless steel. In these bioreactors, we are adding like microbes like plant cells or animal cells, or it means for animal cell culture also we can use these bioreactors. For plant cells culture also we can use these bioreactors, and microbes culture also we can use these bioreactors. So these bioreactors mostly used for animal cell culture. Here for growing of cells we added enzymes. Also we supply oxygen, and we maintain the temperature, optimum temperature. We are going to set optimum temperature and pH also, and also adding of some amount of salt as well as minerals also added. The concept is what here we are going to create the optimum conditions to growth of plant cell or animal cell, and optimum condition for expression of gene character also. Okay, now by using of this source, here the product is, here the substrate is biologically get converted into product. It is going to, the substance, it is biologically get converted into the product. Here mainly in the NCERT 2 bioreactors are given. The first bioreactor is simple stirred tanks or bioreactors, and second one is spagged stirred bioreactors are nothing but tanks. So this is first one, simple stirred tank, and second one is spagged stirred tanks. Here the raw material is there. Here this is a complete raw material. Here also raw material. Big vessels. Nearly we can gain the product like nearly 1000 liters of product we can get. Here this tank, here one sterile air passing one tube is there, and here one motor, and here this is for like a pH control, this is acid base as well as pH control machine. And here motor, this motor is useful for, so these plates, for moving of plates from rotate right side to left side, left side to right side. So the system is there. Here the motor is there. Clear? Here when these blades are going to move from right side to left side, or clockwise rotation as well as anti-clockwise rotation. So when what happen, when the medium is moved, the medium containing minerals, vitamins as well as oxygens, it's supplied to throughout the vessel, or throughout the cells are going to gain this or use this oxygen as well as compound. So that is actually main purpose for stirred. Okay, second one same actually, spagged stirred tank. Here this is, you can see here the base curve is used for efficiency mixing of material. And here also see, here two dumbbell shaped rod extractor are it going to move like this, clock as well as anti-clockwise. Same for what? To supply of oxygen as well as minerals to throughout the chamber. Okay, and here during this movement what happen, like when it is going to move or rotated, air bubbles are going to form. So these air bubbles are going to dramatically, they are going to supply these air bubbles are dramatically increase the oxygen transfer. Okay, next, and in these two systems are alligator systems. Alligator system. Alligator system means here these vessels have temperature control. Temperature control system, and these vessels also have pH, optimum pH controlling system also, and optimum pH temperature, and as well as supplying of oxygen. So these all systems are arranged. So that's why it is called as what? Alligator system. pH purpose, pH we have to maintain stable, and as well as temperature, and supplying of oxygen, constant supplying of oxygen, and dropping of raw material. So that's why it is called as what? Alligator system. Okay, now there is no problem to growth of recombinant cell in this vessel. It is grow and it is biologically get converted into the product. Now this product we have to purify. So purification technique is downstream technique. So here downstream means it is a separation as well as purification of product is called, such process is called as downstream process. So after formation of, for example, here the genes, insulin genes are there, they expressed. So such we are going to obtain. After that we have to separate and purification. How we are going to purification? By clinical test. Then later, if you are going to, before the marketing, we have to add preservators. We have to add preservators, and must and should be the well number of times they are going to trial this chemical, and they check the quality. They will check the quality of this product. If the quality of this product or if it is successfully complete the clinical trials, then only it is allowed to sell in the market. Okay, so this is actually downstream process. So this is actually entire recombination DNA technology. Okay, by this process we can gain desired gene product, we can gain. Okay, thank you all of you. And now we completed the biotechnology principles and processes is we successfully completed. Okay.